Boom, 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 boom. Chickadee Chenka, how's it going, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little video for you. A bit of breaking news for you, so I've had to jump on and discuss it. Just a short video. We will be back tonight, 9:30, to get into the nitty gritty. But just it's plastered all over the media. It's on Sky Sports right now. Manchester United have had a second bid rejected by Borussia Dortmund in the region of a combined £91.3 million. Dortmund have rejected this offer. Let's get into it then. So Manchester United have had a bid worth up to £100 million rejected for Jaden Sancho, which is 91.3 million. We understand it's over 80 million euros up front, 20 million at a later stage. This has been rejected and knocked back by Dortmund. They're not having any of it. They've said no, they're not having it. How's it going? A. Ahmed, Alex, John A, Hassi, Masood, yeah boy Naughty, Daniel Rowley. Great to have you guys in here. Smash the like on it. Give it a share if you can, lads and lasses. Breaking news. Jaden Sancho, he's obviously rumoured to be coming to Manchester United this window. United obviously going in for him still. This is the first sort of concrete news that we've had come out which suggests that United are still in the pursuit of Jaden Sancho. So we've had another bid rejected worth 100 million euros, 80 million up front, 20 million down the road. We've not given up on signing Jaden Sancho. Of course, Dortmund did tell us that by August 10th we had to have got him, otherwise he was going to remain a Dortmund player. But you know, we've basically had a breakthrough in negotiations with Sancho, but no breakthrough yet in terms of Dortmund. They have knocked us back, lads and lasses. We've gone in with an offer of 91.3 million, and they have kicked it back. What the freaking hell, man? So this is not good. Obviously, we've only got Donny van der Beek so far. This is a very frustrating window. It's gash-tastic. We just want to get this lad in. I figured, and I've been speaking about this for weeks now, I figured that United wouldn't be able to get in with an offer like that. It's going to have to be very close to their valuation of 120 million euros. I think this is still part of the process of going to get Jaden Sancho, though. This is all part of the process. It's a negotiation. So, of course, we're not going to agree terms right away with the club when they've got an asset there, which they don't really need to sell right now, and we're coming in trying to get him. So they had a valuation of 120 million euros. I think the figure to get him in would be 110 million euros. I think 90 million up front, 20 million down the road. Come on, they've got to bend a little bit on this one if they want to make that sale, which is a big if. Maybe they don't want to genuinely make the sale. They've always said that throughout the summer, that they want to keep Jaden Sancho here at the football club. So, you know, whether or not he is even available is another question, but United need to up the ante a little bit here. We need to up the ante and get our man in. There's no excuses for this BS now. We've got to just get the money paid, you know, 10 million discrepancy here. What is that really when it comes to getting your man? And we talked about it. If Jaden Sancho is a top star at United for the next decade, the shirt sales generated from the new kit with his name on every single year, which people are going to flock to because he's a star and one of the future best players in the world. And, of course, one of our attacking players, so he'll always be popular with the fans. As long as he plays his cards right, he's going to have a great future at Manchester United if he comes. So there's no risk involved here. It's an investment. It's a long-term investment, sure, but it's a damn good investment. So the Glazers and Woodward and these twats, they just need to absolutely pay the money right now and get the deal done. But at least there is, you know, news in terms of Manchester United pursuing this guy. At least we are after him. At least Manchester United are in for Jaden Sancho, which is great news, you know, because there was a possibility we were just fanning around while Woodward fingered some pies up in his office doing nothing other than resembling a bloody potato. So Jaden Sancho, a little bit of an update for you here, lads and lasses. Do us a favour, if you're just getting in here, smash that thumbs up button, get your thoughts and opinions in about what this means. I personally think it doesn't necessarily mean we're not getting Jaden Sancho now. They've rejected that offer, and it's obviously a significant offer for United. It's an improved offer from the 60 million euros up front and 20 down the line, blah, 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 that we presented to them last time. So this is obviously a bit of a breakthrough. It means that maybe we are going to be hopefully trying to renegotiate with Dortmund and meeting them somewhere in the middle of that valuation. 90 million euros up front, 20 million euros down the line, combined total of 110 million euros. They're rumoured to have wanted 120 million euros. We don't want to pay more than 90. We're coming up at a significant amount. They're going to have to come down. So if we can all get that wrapped up and agreed, that there's no problems there. Everyone else wants the player and the move to happen. So look, I'm actually pretty hopeful now, folks. Now that I've seen this news that United are in for Jaden Sancho, we've had the bid rejected, I'm actually pretty hopeful that we're going to get him, you know, now. Because if that's true, the reports at the start of the window were true, that 120 million euros was the offer. We're not that far apart at this stage then. So we've offered a combined total of 100 million euros here. £91.3 million, £80 million up front, €20 million down the road. There can be a deal to be done here, I think. If that valuation's fair, there can be a deal to be done. The only thing it can fall down on now, if it's just a matter of principle for Dortmund and they don't want to be dicking around in the transfer window now trying to get a Jaden Sancho replacement now when they could have just got him sold earlier on and got a replacement in much sooner. They don't want to be dicking around. Maybe they want a little bit more compensation for that now. It doesn't really make no bones to them or make much of a difference if they keep all of him until January and sell him then. So, very interesting news though, but Jaden Sancho, bid rejected by Manchester United for, of course, Borussia Dortmund's 20-year-old star. What do you guys make of it then? TJ Vincent says, yes, Pigman, just finished work, locked straight in. We will get Sarr instead. Nice one, TJ Vincent. Well, look, still, I don't know about that. I mean, look, are we going to really quibble over 10 or 20 or 15 or whatever it may be to sweeten the deal and make it the difference million euros? Are we going to quibble over that with Dortmund when we could get our star in here and actually get him done and dusted and just get it sewn up, and then all the fans would be happy and everyone's happy and Woodward keeps his bloody job? He would keep his job anyway, but you know, realistically he shouldn't if we can't get this Sancho deal done. As far as I'm concerned, we need to get some quality in, and this is the man. This is the number one target for Ollie. So this is who we want to get in. We have to get the deal agreed. We have to get the deal made. And hopefully if we do that, he'll be coming in before this end of this transfer window. Come on, my son. No, this is not good news. It's not good news. I mean, we've had the bid rejected. It's not good news. But at least we've gone in for it. And that's what I'm happy about. At least there is a period of negotiation that's going on right now. So Andy Mitten's come out and he said that that basically United's waning power in the transfer market is a bit to blame here, and we've lost the ability to do the dark arts of transfers with fans receiving mixed messages about the club's financial position. It's very frustrating for fans. They've seen just one player come in so far. I don't think anyone has the same pulling power as Sir Alex Ferguson, but to be fair to Ollie, he's been putting calls in, and I know he's spoken to several managers about players he likes. So Solskjaer's doing his bit. It's just the fact that these absolute meltbags upstairs, Woody and co, are not pulling their weight and also doing the business for United and getting the deals done. It's a piss poor negotiation summer for our board and the potato. Matt Rush says, agree, Berber, coincidence. What's that? Oh, Sancho not playing tonight. Let's talk about that. Jaden Sancho has a bit of the COVID. No, he doesn't have COVID, but he has got man flu. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jaden Sancho's got a bit of man flu, and he's not travelling for their game, which is absolutely brilliant. Mate, what does that tell you, though, folks? In all honesty, okay, yeah. It's got a little bit of the man flu. He's been tested, and he's not got COVID, just so you know. So it's definitely not COVID. I can understand that, but it's not. It's just a little bit of man flu. Jaden Sancho's got a little bit of man flu, guys. What does that tell you? Alex comments, our first bid for Maguire, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Dan James, Bruno Fernandes were all rejected, if you guys remember. Such a good point. Yes, we're still deep in the negotiations with Dortmund here. We're still actually deep in trying to get this deal done. And this is just one of those stumbles along the way. Obviously, we're going to have to come up a little bit more. They wanted more money. We're going to have to come up a bit more. So we'll meet them somewhere in the middle, folks. That's the idea. If you are watching this video right now, get involved in the comments and let me know your thoughts on it. Transmation says, so we don't have Sancho then? We don't have Sancho right now, Transmations. It's pretty gash-tastic, I know. Not a very good situation, but look, the second bid, says Mark Penrith there. We've got to consider that there probably will be a third bid. You have to understand that United have been wrapped in negotiations with Porto for Telles for a good bit amount of time, quibbling over tiny amounts of money. So you better believe they're going to be some seriously fraught negotiations at this stage, with Dortmund trying to squeeze as much juice out the berry that is Manchester United right now, and Dortmund trying to bring that, and Man United trying to bring that price down on Dortmund's valuation of Jaden Sancho. If they do that, then they might be able to meet somewhere in the middle. Get your thoughts and opinions in, lads and lasses. Super chat here from Yaboy Naughty. Thank you very much, Yaboy Naughty. He comments for the super chat and says, Thiago tested positive for COVID. Wonder how this will affect the Premier League. Have Liverpool used him yet? I don't think that they have, actually, Yaboy Naughty, but that is pretty mental. It's not even that. If he's been training or hanging out with these players and coaching staff and stuff, that could become an issue, couldn't it? So all the players are being tested very regularly. I mean, I guess what the best situation could be, really, if we're being harsh now, is that Thiago's just infected the majority of the Liverpool team, and they will have to quarantine, and they'll all be absolutely all fine, because they're professional athletes. Let's just say that right now. I'm not saying wishing any bad illness on these players. I'm just saying it would be great if a few of their players came down with it, and then they had to play a skeleton squad and just melted the season up. That would be amazing. But of course, look, who even knows? We saw Tottenham's game was postponed the other day due to a COVID scare. So you never know what's going to go on. But yeah, boy, Naughty, that's quite interesting there, dude. Thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. Olabil Terha, how you doing, Olabil? Jaden Sancho says, I just bought a house in Manchester. Nice one, Jaden. Was it Ed Woodward's by any chance? Like, that's bloody Cheshire or wherever it is, isn't it? Where they're all bloody, I don't know. Ryan, what's going on, dude? TJ Vincent says, where's the squeaky lady tonight? She's not here at the moment, dude. But shout out to the squeaky lady, if that's what you want to call her. Kyan says, Pig, I heard another bid is being prepared. This is what I'm talking about, Kyan. This is just another fork in the road, really. This is another period for United to renegotiate. We've got to negotiate with Dortmund and decide what's best for the deal to get Jaden Sancho into this football club. We shall see if it's possible to do. Hopefully it happens really soon and we can either dead him off, which means, you know, move on to our next target if we can't get an agreement in place with Dortmund. Because there is a chance that we're not going to, I doubt we're going to pay 120 million euros. I really do. Just out of principle. I think the maximum we could pay would be 115 because it just have egg on your face City for Eddie Woodward if we could have got him at the start of the season for that fee anyway, and we just dawdled all this time. So I think they'll get him for at least a little bit less than 120 million if they are going to get him. And I think it will be 90 million euros up front and 20 million euros down the line, a combined total of 110 million euros. That's what I fancy on it, lads and lasses. What do you reckon? Champ for show wants us. Thiago played last week. Oh, did he? Well, bloody hell. Let's hope that he didn't give anybody the Rona then. Ian Barron, how you doing, Ian Barron? He says, hi, the Flying Pig. I have had my job interview this morning. Just now waiting to hear back, see if I had the job. Awesome. Everybody stick a cheers emoji in the live chat there. Hopefully you get the job, Ian Barron. Nice one. Keeping us up to date there. Good luck. Quaffle Videos, he says, Pig, check your Twitter DMs. Sorry, dude, I'm absolutely gastastic at checking my Twitter DMs, I must admit. I'll have a look into them at some point, mate. I just had a quick glance at them then. I can't see anything from Quaffle Videos or anything, so... but I'll have a look, dude. Yes, that's right. Philip Chapman says, third time lucky. See, this is it. If United go back in with an offer now, there's every chance that we can work out the deal with Dortmund. It's all part of the negotiations. All part of negotiations. This is good news, folks. This is good news. The fact that it's being plastered around all the media that Manchester United have had a £91.3 million bid rejected makes me think that this is an absolutely fantastic bloody new bit of news, because we're actually still trying to get him here. And we had our first bid rejected. We've still gone in for another bite at the cherry. We'll get this bid rejected. Let's go in for another cheeky little bite at the cherry. So hopefully we'll meet them in the middle Sunday. We just need to add another 10 million euros, I think, to sweeten the deal. If they want to be that rigid and that set in their ways in wanting 120 million euros, then fair enough. Maybe it won't be done because the egos of our men. Not saying we shouldn't pay the money. I think we should. But I'm saying I think the egos of the men in charge will not allow that. They can't be seen publicly paying what Dortmund wanted at the start of the window months later, can they? I don't think that they can. Anyway, let's have a vote in the live chat, lads and lasses. Get your votes and opinions in there. When do you think Sancho's going to be coming? That's it now. We've had this bid rejected, but you can look at this one of two ways. You can say it's a negative and that they're going to keep him, or you can say United are still in the pursuit of him and maybe we're going to end up getting him. It's still 50-50, isn't it? But smash a 1 in the live chat if you think we are going to get Jaden Sancho in this window. What's up, Ronnie Huggins? Thank you, Ilart Norville. Says, congrats on 30k subs, Big. Thank you very much, Ilart. Great to see you, and I hope you're good. Jimmy Pavlovic, what's going on, dude? Jason Dower says, I think I would prefer to get Pogba out and Kante in. Maybe it would probably generate you a lot of cash to maybe go and get Upamecano at the same time, too. I mean, Pogba's got to be valued at like 70 mil or something like that, at least. And Upamecano's like 50 mil, and then Kante's not going to be that much money because he's on huge money per week and he's getting older. Look at that. All these ones coming in. Alex, Dejan CFC, Raymond Moore, Jimmy Pavlovic says no. Tuck with a 1. Waka Sakram with a 2. John Brindley with a 1.5. Adovit says 2. I hope I'm wrong. I hope so too, dude. Yeah, Jason Rike says Jaden Sancho or Glazers out. There you go. A lot of people will just be disgusted if we can't get Jaden Sancho in this window after everything that's happened. Firetown says City are challenging us for Tellez. Don't take the piss out of me, Firetown. Don't do that to me, mate. No, that's not cool, bro. TJ Vincent thinks Pogba's shit. Get Kante in. No, I would definitely think that's something that we could do. It makes a lot of financial sense to me. One 300k player for another 300k player. One would be a lot less value in terms of transfer amount probably than the other. So we could probably generate a bit of cash doing that. I am disappointed with Pogba. Anyway, I want to talk about Pogba now. We're talking about Jaden Sancho. I don't want to do a Graham Souness and just make it all about poor Pogba. You know, he's playing like a wee tube out there. Mr. Edwards says United board couldn't handle the backlash if they crumble on the Sancho signing. That's where my head's at as well. Where's your head at? That's where it's at. I feel the same. It's an ego thing. They can't be seen failing with this transfer, but at the same time, they can't really be seen paying too much for this transfer either. They don't like that because obviously traditionally in the last few years we've been bent over in the transfer market, and everybody around the world knows that they ask a little bit extra money off of Manchester United because you might get it, because we signed melts like Harry Maguire slabbing it up for £80 million, and Paul Pogba's been a disappointment over his career really for £89 million, and Romelu Lukaku, who was £80 million, and we spend a lot of money on players. Okay, at least we recouped it with Lukaku, but all I'm saying is we've overspent, we've overpaid, we spent way too much money on a bunch of players, and the board have changed their ways a little bit. Certainly it seems like it this summer. Just looking for bargains, just looking for bargain bin basement signings. Well, we'll see if they can get we'll see if they can get it done. I very much doubt it. Joel Morris, so sorry, I almost missed your super chat here, Joel Morris. Thank you, Joel. Are you still here, Joel? Thank you, Joel. He says, got a feeling Sancho and Telles will sign, but why didn't we do this earlier? Yeah, I guess they were trying. They were biding their time, trying to force a little bit of pressure on them. Look, there's a new Ousmane Dembele link tonight, a heavy Ousmane Dembele link. That's what's being bandied around the press. It's not legit, in my opinion. It's just there to try and force more pressure at this time on Dortmund to try and to get them to accept a slightly lesser bid. So that's where I'm at, Joel Morris. I just got a feeling that, we should have done it earlier, but they are trying to save money. And by doing this tactic, dragging it out, leaving it to the window, if Dortmund want to cash in, then they may well accept a little bit less right at the end of the window if they know that they're not going to be able to sell him for a little period of time. And this has been a pretty bad financial year for most football clubs around the world. Remember that. So they might be more inclined to accept a slightly lesser offer than exactly what they want right now. I think that's what United are going for. If Dortmund's valuation of 120 million euros is true, then we have to get close to that because they're not going to sell him for nothing. They definitely want to prove a point here. You know, they don't want to lose their star player who's got 60 goals and assists in 52 games for them for anything less than a huge amount of money. And fair play to them, they'd rather keep him because he's going to add so much to their side by having him in there as opposed to not. So yeah, I hear you. Nice one, Joel Morris. Thank you very much for your super chat, dude. Ali Bana Hashem says, hi Pig, why don't we just spend the 108 million on Sancho? We know he will repay it, right? We know he will repay it. I think so, yes, Ali. 108 million pounds, 120 million euros. Just pay the money, I agree with you, but I think their egos won't let them pay that much. But just pay the money because, simply put, if we did get him, like you said, he would repay it. He would absolutely repay that because Manchester United need a player for the next decade who's going to be a star. He'd be a star player. Shirt sales every single season with his name on every single year is going to generate a huge amount of money because he's a star. And of course, on the pitch, those goals and assists are going to repay us. Even if he provides us half the statistics of what he's done at Dortmund, which I think is, is acceptable because the Premier League's a different animal, then we would be doing absolute bits out there. So that's all we really need. We just need Jaden Sancho in the football shirt, playing for United, doing the bits. That United family says, Fab just tweeted an update. Thank you very, very much for that. Let me just have a cheeky little look at Fab. Thank you so much for keeping me up to date. Appreciate it. Nice one. Hope you're good as well. Thank you, guys. Here we go then. So thank you. 2 minutes ago, Fabrizio Romano with an update. Great. That's awesome. Awesome alert there. Thank you, that United family. During last contacts, Borussia Dortmund told again to Man United they won't accept any bid for less than 120 million euros for Sancho. Still same position, MUFC were ready to make a new bid of around 90 million euros, but it would be refused. Borussia Dortmund are still convinced to keep Sancho this season. There you go. Thank you so much for that update. Fabrizio Romano. has just come out and said that Borussia Dortmund are pretty firm on this one. They're pretty adamant. Now, that could just be sort of hearsay paper talk to try and get United to come up in price significantly. If United get close to 120, maybe they'll be out there. Maybe they'll accept it. But that is actually really interesting, isn't it? Sancho, 120 million euros there is the price. Obviously, Dortmund valued that. So that is definitely the price, it seems. We were talking about it earlier in the window, but look, Fab's just confirmed it again. They are firm. They will not accept anything less than 120 million euros. So that's the price then. That may well be the price. Let's have a vote in the live chat, my friends. Thanks to everyone who's joining us. There's over 100 of you right now. Smash that like button and get involved in this live chat. Thank you, Paul, Zen and Chuck. Appreciate that, Paul. Cool177 Jamie Jones, Firetown, Waka Sakram, Youthef Saga. Thank you, everyone. Danny Hustle, that United family. Do you want to pay 120 million euros for Jaden Sancho? Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think we should just pay the money and buy him, or smash a 2 in the live chat if you think, no, it's just ridiculous and that's too much damn money. That United family says we aren't paying 108 million, not a chance. Seems pretty crazy, doesn't it? I mean, is it that much more? I mean, look, if you get rid of Dalot off the books, if you get rid of Pereira off the books, if you do indeed somehow sell Rojo and Smalling's looking likely to go to Roma, then wouldn't that justify it a little bit more because you could generate a little bit more? You know, that's the difference, really. A Pereira or a Smalling. Basically, Smalling and the money they were going to offer, 91 million, and Smalling, the money you would generate from that Roma sale, and then you've got him. So I think, even though they don't want to be seen paying that, maybe they still should. Everyone's putting a 1 in the live chat. A few people putting a 2s in here, actually. And I kind of agree, though, that they're not going to be seen paying that amount of money, I don't think. If it is, it'll be some sort of other deal. Yes, I know Fabrizio Romano's just tweeted Stephen T.Y. Thank you very much. He tweeted and said, during last contacts, Borussia Dortmund told again to Man United they won't accept any bid less than 120 million euros for Sancho. Still the same position. Manchester United were ready to make a new bid around 90 million euros, but it would be refused. Borussia Dortmund is still convinced to keep Sancho this season. So there's Fabrizio's latest tweet from a few minutes ago. Shout out to you for keeping us involved. Hey, Ellie, how you doing? Good evening. Thanks for getting in here. P.S. Philip Chapman, Flex Felix says, I don't think any of the dead wood is leaving the club. They are, my friend, Flex, Phoenix, they are. Maybe not as many as we want, but Andreas Pereira is about to sign for Lazio. It's a loan move with the option to buy, but still, he's off the books for a while. Lazio are paying the majority of his wages anyway. We're still paying him to play for Lazio, which is a joke. But yeah, he's off. It looks like Dalot's going because he's not going to get any game time playing in behind Brandon Williams and Aaron Wan-Bissaka if Alex Telles comes in. So that's not going to happen. He's going to go somewhere else. It looks like Lille had a bid rejected earlier in the window. Porto are interested in him, and also AC Milan are looking around to get him on loan. So there's a potential for Dalot to go out. Also, Chris Smalling's, in my opinion, definitely going to Roma in this window. They've been sniffing around him. Fabrizio came out early and said that they're readying a new bid. I think that deal will be agreed. United need to generate a bit of cash right now, so we may be more inclined to accept a slightly lesser bid ourselves. If we can generate a little bit of cash, get somebody off the books who's on significant money, then it does make a lot of sense to try and do that, doesn't it? Flex Felix, thank you very much for your question. Gary Finnegan in here. Gary Finnegan, thank you. Gary says, now that a bid has gone in, Sancho can now push for a move. Now that a bid has gone in. Yeah, well, seeing as it's official, I mean, that's the thing he could do. But, I mean, like, you had Marco Reus coming out earlier today on Sky Sports and suggesting that Sancho's made his decision to stay at Dortmund this season. So there is somewhat of a suggestion there, you know, that maybe that would be the case anyway. But it's not true. He wants to come to United. You know, the terms are agreed. There's no issues there. It's just about the clubs agreeing the price. That's all it is. Matty Taylor would actually pay more. He'd pay 100 million up front and pay 25 million in add-ons is what he'd pay. Fair play. Well, that would get the deal done. I'm sure it would. Because, look, there's a price that obviously Dortmund will have on him. And as soon as you get near that price, they obviously said they want all the money up front as well. They said they're not interested in doing these deals where they get add-ons down the line, all that sort of stuff, and this amount of money after a year and this amount of money after 2 years. They just want a deal where it's flat out, here's your 120 million euros, bish, bash, bosh, thank you very much, see you later on, we're going to jog all the way to the bank with this. You know what I mean? And that's probably realistic for them. Maybe they should do that. Why the hell would they sell a player they could sell in January and do a good do a good job with him then, still, for the rest of the season. First Class Gamer says clubs now know United will just pay up. That's the thing. That's another reason. Ego, but also the board don't want to be seen overspending again. Like you say, Harry Maguire, what a melt fest. Too much money we paid for that one. Pogba, Lukaku, we've overpaid so much over the years. Andreas Suter says United sources deny any bids. Sky jumped the gun. Well, that'd be interesting. It's been reported in Sky Germany, Sky Italy, Sky England, of course. So we'll see. It's quite interesting, isn't it? If they haven't made a bid, if Dortmund, if this is bullshit, then a bit plastered all over the bloody internet, folks. Anyway, the United Way, how you doing? Thank you so much for getting in here, by the way, the United Way. You're a top lad. I saw that bit of artwork you've done and that you sent me the thing. It's awesome, by the way. I'll speak to you about that later. Thank you, bro. Cool17100 says, say we don't get Sancho this window. Who do you like to see as close alternative? I have said all this time, David Neres over at Ajax. He's attainable. He wouldn't be that much money. 50, 60 million pounds would probably convince them. We have a good working relationship with them as well in terms of Ajax and Edwin van der Sar. They can't compete with us in terms of wages or draw for the Premier League. So we can easily get players to come a la Donny van der Beek. So he's a 23-year-old Brazilian international. Great stats. I would absolutely take him. That's my opinion anyway. But nobody else is linking with us to him at all. There's no links with David Neres at all, unfortunately. But that's what I would go for. Cool one. So thank you very much for that, cool one. I think him. But look, realistically, of the ones that we're linked to, I would say Ismail Assar is obviously a backup option. 40 million or 30 million, somewhere around that. But he doesn't excite me. He doesn't give me that fizzing feeling down in the old loins. Not saying Sancho does, but no, you know what I mean. Sancho's obviously a special signing. He's like a generational talent that we keep saying. Everyone keeps saying that about him. Hopefully that will turn out to be true. But if you look at his stats from the age of 18 to 20, that would suggest that he's going to be one of the world's best, because he already is one of the world's best, going by the stats. So if you get a generational talent like Jaden Sancho in your midst, then you're obviously going to be pretty well set up, aren't you? Waka Sakram says Neres or Hudson-Odoi is not Sancho. True, you're right. There's certainly other options. Hudson-Odoi link as well. That's interesting. I also saw Dortmund was link with him too. So it's interesting. Like, he's not Sancho. There are other options. But to be fair, Manchester United have to get somebody in that position this window. So if they don't want to pay the money and they cannot get the deal done for Jaden, then we have to get somebody else. Get your thoughts and opinions in and let me know who you think is the right man for right wing if we didn't get Sancho. Who's your Sancho alternative? Write it in the comments. Who is your Sancho alternative? Shout out to you all for getting in here, and really appreciate you all stopping by. By the way, here's another little thank you, Alex. By the way, Alex the Rinconatus just sent me this over as well. Alex, thank you so much for keeping me posted. Here's a little bit of an extended fab tweet, and thank you, Matty the Rushmeister, as well, you bloody heroes, for keeping us up to date. Fingers on the pulse, so to speak. Thank you. Let's have a look at this. So Fabrizio Romano, he's also said earlier, of course, that Manchester United are considering, he said during last contacts, Borussia Dortmund told again to Man United they won't accept any bid less than 120 million euros for Sancho. Still same position, mufc were ready to make a new bid around 90 million euros, but it would be refused. Borussia Dortmund are still convinced to keep Sancho this season. And then he's expanded on that just a moment ago. Thank you, lads and lasses, for keeping me up to date. And he's gone on to say Man United are also considering other options. As reported, Sancho is always the first target, as Bruno was last summer. In regards to Ousmane Dembele, he says Manchester United would only consider a loan deal, and the player always refused to leave Barca. Turned down Liverpool and Juve bids in the last 3 months. So this is what we knew, but it's great little bit of elaboration there from Fabrizio there. But yeah, look, Ousmane Dembele link is coming again. That's just a PR stunt to get pressure on Dortmund for us. That's not realistic. I don't see us really going to get Ousmane Dembele this season, even on loan, personally. I think we'll look to do something a bit different than that. We don't generally go for loan players, do we, really, as a club? Occasionally, but not really. So I don't see that being the case. I think it's just more PR spat out from Manchester United's PR department to try and get Manchester United a bit of pressure and a bit more of an advantage point in this window, trying to get the price driven down a little bit for Dortmund, see if they want to pay that cash. There's over 100 of you watching. Smash that thumbs up button, lads and lasses. Get involved with your thoughts on Sancho and the situation. Gaz B says United should go in for Chiesa. Yeah, there are some links with Chiesa, actually. Kerwin Nixon says, we stayed so long to get Sancho, we missed out on a lot of quality options, went to other clubs. Well, look, we'll see. I mean, we'll see if we miss out on him. I mean, we may well miss out on Sancho. And if we do, it's our own bloody own fault. It's our board's shite mess that they are just so poor at negotiations and bringing players in. And the Glazers and the owners shackling us to the point where we're not prepared to spend that same level of money and that same level of investment as some of our rivals, such as the Cities and the Chelseas of this world. There's no good reason other than bad owners that United, after the successful period and reign that Sir Alex Ferguson had and the legend that he left and created at Manchester United, there's no good reason why United shouldn't be the powerhouse in English football in terms of transfer ability and bringing players in. But the only reason we're not is because of our owners and the shackles that they provide us. That is just simply the facts. Tristan DeGoda, how's it going, Tristan? Jimmy Pavlovic, Firetown, John O'Denton, Tonk Nash, Ellie, Stephen Ty, Aaron Homeyard, hey mate, Mr. Edwards says, unpopular opinion, the Glazers are actually a nice family. Boy, oh boy, is that an unpopular opinion. Zaki Kodaboka says, well, let's be positive. Next week we'll be talking about Sancho and Tellers in. We could well be. Yeah, this is what I wanted to say. So if this is legit and this report is true, that Jaden Sancho, that we've Manchester United have had another bid rejected, £91.3 million rejected by Borussia Dortmund, which it all does seem to be legit. You know, Fabrizio Romano's obviously backing it all up and everything. There's some people saying Sky jumped the gun, but it looks like this is all legit to me. I mean, we'll see what more comes out about this. But United have had a bid for Sancho worth up to £91.3 million rejected. And also the offer was for initial £73 million. So, and rising up to 91.3. Which fell short of Dortmund's 108 million valuation. So there's the more statistics on it right there. And the breakdown, should I say, of what's been offered by United. 73 million up front, rising to 91.3, which fell short of Dortmund's 108 million valuation. So we're just fannying around here, aren't we? We're just fannying around here. We need to just get the deal done and get a bit closer to the valuation and sign the player. It's not that hard, is it? But at least this is positive. At least this does show, you know, what can be done in terms of we are still talking to him. There's still time in the window. We could get this deal wrapped up and done and dusted soon. You never know. We just need to make that third offer. Get that third offer in there, a bit closer to Dortmund's valuation, and we could get this deal done. That's part of the negotiation process. They're not going to accept our first or second offer. No, we're going to go back and forth a little bit, and we're going to settle somewhere in the middle. So I still feel good that we're going to get him, but, you know, maybe it's still 50-50. Let's be honest now. United have to meet that valuation. Here we go then. So in terms of Jaden Sancho, let's have a little look at his comparisons over the last 2 seasons with some stats here. Very interesting. Jaden Sancho's evolution in the Bundesliga per 90-minute comparison. So in 2018-19, he created 2.3 chances per 90 minutes. He had 1.5 shots per 90 minutes, 47.5 passes, 6.8 attempted dribbles, 2.1 dispossessed. And then if you look at him the next year, his chances created at 2.7, shots 2, passes 59.1, attempted dribbles 5.4, dispossessed much less as well. So he just evolved and developed massively as a player from 19 to 20, effectively from season to season, and his stats are unbelievable. So if you get Jaden Sancho at 20 years of age, he'll probably continue to develop into an absolute worldie. We should be doing it. Get the lad in now. Right, first class gamer, what's going on? He says they might be a nice family, just not good owners. True, yeah, they're probably not a nice family though. Let's be honest though. The Glazers are probably milkbags. Alex says more breaking news. Big official tier 1 German is now saying that bid has not been sent by United. That's very strange, isn't it? Why would everybody, including Fabrizio and everybody, be talking about it if it hasn't been submitted? Why would everybody else confirm it and have the figures and everything? Do you know what I mean? Very strange. Fair play, David Ornstein coming out and saying that. That's very, very interesting, that, mate. But, yeah, let's have a look at this then. So, Janar Fjortoft as well and David Ornstein have both come out and says, been told there is no bid from Manchester United yet. Very interesting stuff. What is this? Some weird cat and mouse game that's going on here? All part of the PR machine and PR pressure melting cooker trying to get pressure on the opposition. It's very weird, man. Don't take the piss out of me now and say this bid's not even been lodged. Fabrizio's tweeting about it. It's on Sky Sports. It's everywhere. £91.3 million rejected. And now Dortmund have come out and said that they haven't even had a bid from United. Is that what you're telling me? Oh! That is so funny, isn't it? If that's true, then everyone looks like a complete tit. Me, myself, but also, especially, Sky Sports and Fabrizio Romano and all these guys. They all seem like complete titheads, don't they? But look, we don't know. That could be also misinformation from David Ornstein or whoever's got this information out there. So let's just calm down a little bit. Let's just calm down and say what the legit situation is, because we don't actually know what the legit situation is. Andreas Suteru says, Pig, enough with Sancho, tell us Upamecano, Cavani, Sarr, same money, man. At least then we have a proper team to challenge. Okay, I see what you're saying. So get the other players instead of Sancho. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, look, I'm not really keen on some of those players you mentioned, Cavani, but the other ones, yeah, absolutely. I hear what you're saying. Strength for the overall whole team. And the centre-back's the biggest issue. TJ Vincent says, especially us for listening to Piggy. Love it. Well, look, all you have to do is go on Sky Sports. It's the main headline. All you have to do is check out all the main media outlets. They're all reporting that this bid has been rejected. But, I mean, there's some other reports coming to say now that Dortmund have actually... This is quite interesting, isn't it? This is what it's all about. We're at the cutting edge of the breaking news on the media here. Thank you, North Texas Reds. Shout out North Texas Reds as well for sending this about Fjordtoft. And also, Matty Rush sent one in regards to the same one, actually. Fjordtoft said 4 minutes ago, been told there has been no bid from Manchester United yet. So very, very interesting, controversial stuff. What do you guys make of that? Carlos Pereira says there's no smoke without fire, Pigman. Yeah, I mean, look. That's what I'm saying. Where have they got these figures from then? Why is everybody around the world reporting this and then a bunch of people saying it's not true? I think maybe it's just, this is what it is. Dortmund and United are having these discussions at this moment in time. They want to keep it very hush-hush, don't they? Behind closed doors. There's some reports saying we've been talking to them for most of the summer without obviously any information there to back it up. But... if it has got out into the media, maybe Dortmund are just pissed off that it's got out into the media again because they weren't happy that the previous negotiations and stuff were leaked to the media at the start of the window. So if that's the case, then maybe, just maybe, they've come out here just as a little bit of a petulant retaliation or something to say, shut up, and Man United have not even put a bid in and they're melts. Basically, that's what they've come out and said. Or... it could just be completely bullshit. Who actually knows? Or it could just be bullshit and Fabrizio Romano shut the bed and Sky Sports has shut the bed and everyone shut the bed. Let's give the Sky Sports a refresh and see if they've written anything here about this. It's still their main page headline. They're still running with it right now. They're still running with it. In fact, they've updated it they've updated it 5 minutes ago. Sky Sports have updated it 5 minutes ago. Manchester United have had a bid rejected for Jaden Sancho worth up to £91.3 million, €100 million, rejected by Borussia Dortmund. The offer was for initial £73 million, rising up to £91.3 million, which fell short of Dortmund's £108 million valuation. Sancho has not flown. This is the interesting part you see as well. Sancho has not flown with the rest of the Dortmund squad for the German Super Cup in Munich against Bayern due to a respiratory infection. He has tested negative for COVID-19. What's a respiratory infection then? That's basically, what does that mean? I'll tell you what that is. That's bullshit. That's what that means. It means it's just a fake made up illness that he can have for a tiny little bit of period so he doesn't get risked as an asset in this game tonight again, and that so we can get maybe a potential deal done. That's what I'm reading into it, folks. Now, you can read into it whichever way you want. Maybe he genuinely has got a bit of bronchitis or something. But I doubt it. He seemed fine the other day when he was playing. So, these things can come on pretty quick. He hasn't got COVID, so he's been tested for that. So it's very interesting. That tells me a lot, I think. So I don't think we've given up yet. I don't think this is over yet. I think even if this does turn out to be a bollocks bid, I still think United are going in there and trying to get him before the end of the window. Whether or not that's successful or not, it's another case. But I still think we're going to pursue him a little bit more. Matty Bolland says Ruben Diaz. Oh, don't even get me started with Manchester City. Matt Rush sends me a transfer update. Let's have a look at Matt Rush. Here we go. These guys are pretty reliable. Nice one. Thank you. He said, we've been told 80 million plus 20 million euros offer is not the bid we're expecting them to accept, nor what's recently been put together. Our real offer is upwards of 100 million pounds. That's a bit of interesting information as well. Thank you very much for that, Matt Rush. First Class Gamer. Aaron Homeyard says, smash that like button, peeps. Thank you very much, Aaron Homeyard. Yeah, if you're just getting in here, if you happen to be just stopping by, smash the thumbs up on this video. Get your thoughts and opinions in about Jaden Sancho. Just a bit of breaking news. United have had a bid rejected from Dortmund of £91.3 million at this stage. That's what's being reported. United Way says chest infection. Maybe he's been on the old laughing gas or whatever, doing a bit of a Mason Greenwood. and he's dodged his chest up. I don't know. Joseph Misko says, well, guess we will be signing nobody then. Don't get carried away here. Just because we've had a bid rejected, or maybe not, we don't know at this stage, then there's every possibility that United can still go back and renegotiate and get the deal done. But it's not looking good, is it? And if not, we can go and get somebody else. Dan Tay comments, buy Sarr, get Cavani and Goetze on a free, and Telles for 15 million, maybe a centre-back. Very interesting, mate. Very interesting. Nobody's mentioned Goetze. That's very interesting. Is Goetze available on a free, is he? Yeah, you know, what happened to him? He was a class player a few years ago. What's going on with him? Anyway, Dante, thank you so much for that comment there, dude. I would much rather Sancho, I'm going to be honest, than Sarr. But if you can get a couple of other top quality players like you mentioned, I personally wouldn't go for them. I would actually get Upamecano as an alternative. If you're going to spend the money elsewhere, I would address the centre-back. Oh, you said maybe a centre-back, actually, yeah. And address the centre-back position. Balray says, why does our club torture us like this? Dunno, mate, they're a bunch of sadomasochists. Wakas Akram said something going to happen. Mark Diaz says no bid gone in. We're hearing mixed reports here, you know. There's a lot of people, Fabrizio Romano, Sky Sports, all reporting right now that Man United have had a bid rejected for £91.3 million. And then there's all this information coming out now that maybe that's not the case. Dortmund are denying it at this stage, apparently. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on right now. Ryan Burspin says basically they said to Borussia Dortmund, if we offer 91 million, will you accept? And they said no, will probably be higher offer in the next 24 hours. That's what I'm thinking, yeah, part of the negotiations. After 30 years, Scouser stole our title, comments, the incompetence of the board is unbelievable. I have to agree with that, yeah, this is preposterous. Why is this even getting out into the media, really? Shouldn't we just be getting the deal agreed and then sorted and then get it out there in the media? Madness. It's like they are literally doing these deals by carrier pigeon, my friends. That's what it feels like to me. Patrick Naranjan comments, Ahmed Götze, no thanks, old man. Good in his day, though. I mean, how old is Götze? I don't even think he's that old, mate. I think he's probably like 31 or something. Let's have a look. Götze, Mario Götze, 28. He's not even old. He's bloody 28. I was going to say, he scored that World Cup winning goal in 2014. And he scored the winner, and he was like a kid then. So I was going to say he can't be that old. Joseph Berg, what's going on? He says, hit the like button and you get $100 US from Flying Pig United. That's not true. That's not true, Joseph Berg, but hit the like button anyway. Talisman says, hello Pig, bid rejected Barca Dembele to join United. Yeah, we've understood this as well. I personally think this is more media hearsay to try and drive that deal with Dortmund for Sancho. That's my personal opinion on it. Patrick says, what about Telles? Will he join United? Yeah, that one's going to happen, mate. I'm pretty sure that one's going to happen. Never say never, but I think it's going to happen. Joseph Berg says he's not that old. Gosh darn it. Yeah, he's not that old, actually. Andreas Sutteru comments, personally, I believe we will get him, but it's not solving anything. We need more important positions sorted out. Centre-back, attacker, left-back, Dallo left wing. Diogo can become that winger. Bold move, Andreas. It looks like Dallo's going to be leaving this club this summer. So we'll see. Shivan Kashyap says, bring in Kante, Sarr and Cavani. We will be better. Yeah, what do you guys reckon then? Have a little vote in the live chat. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think Sancho on his own. Smash a 2 in the live chat if you think that. If you think a few other players or, you know, Cavani, Kante and Sarr, like Shivan Kashyap said. A little bit, you know, they may be a bit ambitious there, but thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you, Joseph Berg. Anan V comments, will Dembele join United? I don't think so. He said himself, I mean, we've got something to say here from Fabrizio Romano that said United are understood to have made an offer or made some sort of contact for Dembele, but ultimately he wants to stay there. He doesn't want to leave. He's had bids rejected from, was it City and Barca and stuff like that in the past because of his desire to stay there. So I very much doubt that United will do it, but if he does come, then that would be pretty cool, but I still rather Jaden Sancho at this stage. I think he's a bit injury prone, is Dembele. The United Way says they're doing transfer negotiation via smoke signals. Absolutely, we got bloody Tonto in charge. You know what I mean? Matt Rush comments, £3 super chat with a super sticker. Simply putting a thumbs up in there with a super sticker. Matt Rush, thank you so much for that, dude. Really appreciate that, my man. Absolute legend, the transfer guru Rushmeister. He's a don. He's a don. Anan V says, what about Telles? Telles is coming, my friend. Telles is coming. We'll get into that later. This is actually just meant to be a short video, so I'm not going to stay on it too long. Just want to get your thoughts on it, give you the news that Manchester United have had the offer rejected. That's what's been reported far and wide anyway. There are other reports coming out since saying that Dortmund are denying it. So read into this what you want. But really, this is what I'm just reporting on the headlines, the major headlines in the major publications, and what the major journalists are saying right now. So very interesting. More smoke signals, more messing around here in the window, more PR moves, more players linked with the football club, more players linked with Dortmund as well. There's Hudson-Odoi and also linked with us as well. There's so many different links at this moment in time, and it's all mostly just to put pressure on the other teams and the other camps. Dan Higg comments, I bet Mr. Potato Woodhead would pay the asking price 3 hours before the deadline as always. Probably, we'll end up probably paying 125 million euros knowing that pig-headed mental potato, not pig-headed, potato Woodward. Because think about the Marouane Fellaini deal, my friends. Do you know, people forget this, right? We scratched around that summer long trying to sign players. Fellaini was like our sixth down on the list signing in that position. He really was, I think. David Moyes could have got him way sooner. The ironic thing is, when David Moyes joined Man United, Fellaini had an £18 million release clause or something like that in his contract. And then they signed him up to a new deal. And then that became like, a bit more than that. Or they got rid of it or something like that. And then United had to go and pay 26 million. So we actually had to pay like 8 million more or something than we would have done at the start of the bloody window. And we scratched around for him transfer deadline day and just about got him over the line for an inflated price. That's how shit our board are. Peter Helmore says no one knows what's going on. True, who actually bloody knows what's going on at this football club? All I know that this football club is run like an absolute shithouse. That's all I know, and then they're pitiful in the window in negotiations. That's all I really truly know. But look, Jaden Sancho potentially joining. Who knows? Who knows? If we've had a bid rejected, at least it shows that United are still in the hunt and the pursuit for Jaden Sancho. And there's plenty of time left of the window. If we've had our first bid rejected and our second bid rejected, we can go in and have another bid rejected before they accept our final and fourth bid, probably knowing our bloody board. We'll probably go in there with 5 million euros more and a packet of dry roasted peanuts a week or something. Bloody idiots. But what they should do is just get the deal done. I've told you now, this is what I think the deal should be. Dortmund may have to bend somewhat. They're pretty adamant. From what we understand, they want to keep that price tag of 120 million euros as the minimum. Well, I don't think that's going to happen. I think United can't be seen paying that right now. We just can't be seen paying that. So we've got to pay somewhere a bit less, but close. 90 million euros up front, 20 million euros later. That'll get the business done, my friends. That'll get the job done and dusted. Matt Rush has sent me a transfer update. Thank you very much, Matt Rushmeister, you absolute legend. Everybody, please do us a favour, smash a like on the video if you're just getting in here. If you haven't watched this, if you haven't smashed a thumbs up on it yet, please do hit that like button and get involved with your thoughts and opinions of what's happened this evening. Matt Rush, thank you very much for the update here. Here we go. So in regards to, so there's a couple of more reports coming out. No official bid for Sancho. 80 million plus 20 million was proposed about a month ago. So interesting. Maybe United are being forced to pay 100 million here. 120 million euros here. But we'll see what happens in terms of the negotiations over the next coming days. Also, FC Porto are holding out for a guaranteed transfer fee of 20 million euros for Telles. Porto president George Nuno Pinto da Costa is understood to have set a deadline of this week for completion of a deal in order to leave time to replace it. That's from Duncan Castle. Oh my God. Farcical. It just gets worse and worse this window, man. So again, the same situation now with Telles. Now they're going to hold out for a bit more money. And of course, they want 20 million euros. We just need to get these deals done and over the line and get these players in. It's a sickener. It's a sickener. The United family says deadlines or deadlines probably. I don't know. Viking Red says, hi, that United fam. Mark Food says, hi, Ellie, my lovely. Ellie says, it's doing my head in, Matt, because I can't send a message via PayPal either. What's going on there, then? That absolutely sucks. Either way, it doesn't matter. Just thank you very much for being in here and getting involved. Oh, you mean, they've taken the message facility out of the PayPal donation thing. Is that what you're telling me? I don't know. Gungshi still sends the messages on there, though. Maybe you have to do it on a computer or something, I don't know. Gandhi comments, well, of course, if the team doesn't need to sell the player, then they will charge more than what they are valued at. It would be the same when they need to buy a replacement. So true, yes, that's right. You're spot on. They've got no incentive to sell a player that bags them so many goals and assists and is only really going one way in terms of stardom and value. They've only got 2 years left on the contract, but at least it's not one. For them, they're not in a weak position yet. If they held on to him for a year or so, yes, that could put them in a weaker position. But as it is right now, they've actually got a very strong position where they only have to sell their player when the price is right and when they actually want to do it. So I agree with you. He's an asset to them whether he stays or he goes. If he goes, they generate a huge amount of money. If he stays, he scores them a huge amount of goals and assists. So to them, it's a no-brainer, really. Nice one. Griffo Chaz, how you doing, mate? CCR2971, he comments, they will sell for 100 million UK. Maybe, yeah. I mean, look, that's only £8 million less than what they wanted. So I think they will accept a little bit less than what we've said here. A little bit less. Kerwin Nixon says, clubs know we're desperate now. We're going to overpay at some point. Very good point, actually. Andrea Suteris says, Pig, chill, nothing before Thursday night, and then it's Tellers and Cavani. End of story. Cavani, really? Are we really going down the Cavani line? We're not going to get Cavani. We're not getting bloody Pig and Cavani. Come on. Do you all want Cavani? I don't even want Cavani. Do you want Cavani? You want Cavani? That means Martial's not going to play any bloody games, really. Do you know what I mean? Or Greenwood's not going to get me. You know, it's just, come on, guys. Do you really want Cavani? Smash a 1 in the live chat if you really want Cavani. If you really do want Cavani, smash a 1 in the live chat. That's right, Batman Knight fan and Owen Thompson. First Class Gamer, thank you for the super chat there, dude. He simply sent over test. What's that all about? Thank you, First Class Gamer, man. Shout out to you, dude. Shout out to First Class Gamer's channel as well, by the way. Gaming channel. Check it out there. You may be interested. Mark Voot with the 2 vote. Batman Knight fan with the 2. So, look, so far in the live chat, my voice has gone very high pitched like Mrs. P. But no, in the live chat, there's only a couple of 1s so far. So not that many people do want Cavani, really. Flyest Kiang says, no, I want novice. Who's novice? Tafs denied, oh, you want somebody who's younger and getting better and improving rather than somebody who's probably achieved all they're going to achieve in the game, really, or doesn't necessarily have the incentive that maybe some of the younger, hungrier players do. So they're more of a prima donna, perhaps. I hear you. Tafster says, just pay the effing money, Woodward. I'm with you on that one. Zakir Kobadoka says, not. Mr. Cheerlek, what's going on? He says, would you be disappointed if United wouldn't buy Dembele? No, not really. He's a good player. I really rate him. If he stayed fit, I think that'd be a great signing. It might be a better value signing than Sancho in some ways, because he's got the potential to be great. He's only 22 or 23 at the moment as well. He has been hampered by injury issues a bit, though. But in terms of having qualities and skills, and he's great both feet, I think he's fantastic. I would have him, but just I would rather Sancho. Owen Thompson says, we have done it, lads. What are you talking about, Owen Thompson? Moham Media says, Man United should sign David Neres instead of Sancho. Great shout, Moham. I'm with you. Absolutely. He would be my favourite backup as well. I agree. Ellie, thank you so much for the super chat there, Ellie, you legend. Everybody, stick a cheers emoji in the live chat there for Ellie, or your favourite emoji, whatever. For Ellie, she's been a little bit ill recently, but I think she's on the mend. Great to hear it, Ellie. I hope you're good. She simply comments, top channel and community. Thank you so much for that, Ellie. Thank you for being a great part of it. You're an absolute legend. She says, working now. Oh, great stuff, Ellie. Thank you so much. So the super chat was working. That's brilliant. So super chats are working. That's what Cinnamon was testing. Nice one. Legends. Matty Rushmeister sent a £2 super chat in there. No message to go along with it either, though. I see. So you're having issues with the messages. They're not coming through. Oh. Talisman comments, Adama Traore as Sancho alternative. Yes, I think so. I would like a bit of Adama Traore action in my life. Sounds a bit weird, that, doesn't it? But you know what I mean. I think he's a good player, will be getting better in the future, will be a good talent in the future. He's only 23, he is a beast. His stats are good this season. But yeah, I mean, he's not as good as Jaden Sancho or even as good as Greenwood, in my opinion. But to have him in the squad definitely would be good. Great impact substitute. Rocco Tick, what's going on? Tony Shields comments, United have no money. They want to buy it on the never. Seems like it, yeah. Always seem to be trying to structure and finance these deals at the moment. Very true. Steve Wills comments, what have I missed? Have we still not signed Sancho? Who have guessed? So we've had a bid rejected. It's been reported far and wide anyway. Sky Sports, Fabrizio Romano. We've had a £91.3 million bid rejected for Sancho. That's the reports. Jim Butt says, love the channel. Great work. Thank you so much, Jim Butt. Nice one, Jim. Legend. Joseph Berg says, you should do a defensive best players, Flying Pig. Oh, best players that United could sign for centre-back, you mean? Yeah, that's a good idea, my friend. Thank you for the idea. Carlos Pereira says, you don't always need a big money in signing. Smart investment sometimes is what it's all about. Look at Liverpool, Robertson, 8 million, and Salah around 30 million region, and they are now worth a lot more and worth it. Yeah, you don't always need to do that. I mean, look at Vidic. Vidic was peanuts, really. But Vidic was peanuts, and he turned out to be one of the best centre-backs in the world. So, yeah, you can get gems. It is more, it's also about, you know, player judgment, character, getting the deals in, and just having that ability to read and recruit properly. Which obviously, you know, you get right sometimes, and sometimes you don't get right. I mean, Sir Alex Ferguson, for all the amazing players he signed, he also signed some bloody absolute stinkers, didn't he? Really, you got to take the gamble, but in those days we were allowed to take the gamble. In this day, you know, I'm not so sure. First Class Gamer, thank you so much, dude, for the super chat, man. 999 super chat from First Class Gamer. Thank you so much for that, dude. He comments and says, test complete. This is a real one. Thank you for letting me cry myself to sleep after Arsenal lost to Liverpool. Hey, First Class Gamer, thank you so much for that, dude. And, yeah, I know, man. I mean, look, it was gash. I obviously wanted Arsenal to win that one as well, but Liverpool just too strong. Same old story for Arsenal, man. David Luiz is a liability at the back. Their defending was poor. You know, same old story, really. Hemmed in, absolutely battered by Liverpool. But thank you very much for that. First Class Gamer, you top lad. Izat Neymar says, nice. Thank you, Izat. Jim Joe Bobley says, Romano update. Let's have another look then. Thank you very, very much for keeping me up to date with what's going on. So here we go. Here's another update. Manchester United are expected to make a last-ditch attempt to sign their priority target, Jaden Sancho, before next Monday's 11 p.m. deadline, but are actively considering alternatives. Also, Manchester City have opened up talks for with Ajax for Tagliafico. Don't take the piss. No. I'm not having that. Is that legit? Let's have a look at this. No, that would be filth if that's the case. Not really if we get Tellez, to be honest, but it's just another player that we were linked to. Here we go. Manchester United also considering other options. I'm not seeing a new Fab tweet, to be honest with you guys. If somebody can inbox that to me, that would be very, very good. Thank you very much. Okay then, so this is interesting. Thank you as well to Matt Norton. Matt Norton, who sent me a little update on Twitter here. It says, Ousmane Dembele's camp have confirmed reports he is set to join Manchester United. A deal worth £75 million, euros, including bonuses. I don't think so. I mean, look, we'll see. That's interesting. That's Sport Bible that's reporting that. I mean, look, that's interesting, Matt Norton, but come on. Surely we haven't just gone and bought Dembele on the back of being rejected, have we? Imagine if we just announced the signing there. That would be mental. Gungshi, you bloody legend, Gungshi. He's just sent us over a PayPal donation. Great to see you, Gungshi. Have you been lurking in the live chat this whole time? He comments, Gungshi, thank you so much. Hope you're doing better, a little bit better tonight, dude. He says, pay the effing money, Woodward, you potato-headed dickhead. Sorry, pig. Had to let that out. Damn that King Edward prick. Gungshi, man, thank you so much for that, dude. Thank you so much for the support and having your say, man. And yeah, you're right. What a potato-headed meltbag that he really is, man. Just pay the money. Let's get him in now. Let's get the guy in now. It's getting a little bit preposterous. Do us a massive favour if you're watching this video. Smash the like on it, lads and lasses. Give it a cheeky little thumbs up if you can and get involved in the live chat. I'm going to stick around for a few minutes. I am going to be back later tonight for a proper full transfer show like I do in the evening around about 9:30ish. So come back for that, but obviously this one's just about the breaking news about Jaden Sancho, so I won't stay on too long. Yeah, boy Naughty says, I sent you a Twitter DM, check it. Dembele camp confirm he's set to come to United for 70 million. Oh, that was you, Matt Norton. Is that you? It's Yeah Boy Naughty, Matt Norton, it must be. Thank you so much, Yeah Boy Naughty, for the super chat as well, dude, and letting me know and keeping me up to date. If that's legitimate, then fair play. But that's the only publication I've seen of that one at this moment in time, though. But it does sound very, very interesting. Let me just give some of the other news sources a refresh and see if there's anything backing that up. Matt Rush, if you could just confirm that with me, that'd be interesting. But yeah, thank you so much, though, everybody who sent the information and appreciate it. Yeah, nice one. Okay, let's read a few more of your comments out. Soccer Blogger, thank you so much for stopping by and getting in here. Gungshi says, First Class Gamer, Man United might win again one day when I'm in my dotage. Oh, dotage? Oh, right, old age, I'm guessing. Gungshi, thank you, matey, for getting in. He says, is the EFL game on tonight or tomorrow? It's on tomorrow, Gungshi. Yeah, Wednesday it is. I thought it was tonight as well. That's right, isn't it, guys? It's on tomorrow, isn't it? Kumaran G says, remember Dembele versus Spurs and Dembele in France squad. He is also faster than Sancho and is bi-footed. He shoots with his left and takes penalties with his right. Yeah, I know. I love that about him. I agree. I think he's great. Got great both feet. And he's got a heck of a left boot on him, but also a bloody heck of a right. That's the thing. I agree with you. He's quick as Fook. His dribbling ability is great. He's still young. Very good. Thank you, John O'Denton. He says, Pig, you're simply the best. Dun, dun. Sorry, that's not cool. Kumarin G, thank you. Tyrone Peterson said, should United take a risk with David Brooks? What do you think? I'm going to say no, man. I said it before. If he's our 7th signing of the window, then yes, I'd have him as a squad player. But I don't think we should be maybe getting him instead of Sancho or anything. No, to be honest with you. Blitz Cartel says, why aren't we signing anyone? No bloody idea, Blitz Cartel, because we're a bunch of melty potatoes upstairs. That's the real reason. Benjamin Aaron says, no Dembele, we only need Sancho and Tellez. Sancho, Tellez and Upper Meccano would be the best. If we're going to sign another player as well as those two, then it would be Upper Meccano in my book. First Class Gamer says, thought you're already old, Gungshi. Matt Rush says, transfer update, pig. Crikey. Alkeel Hutton says, flying pig, let's get real. We need to buy and stop talking. We are the best club in the world. Let's go United and stop effing it up. Spot on, Akil. That's exactly what we need to do. But unfortunately, we're not doing that. Kayam's lurking. He says, not sure about anyone else. Great to see you, Kayam. Thanks for popping up from the lurk zone. Ryan Burberspin 9 with a super chat with the piggy emojis and the love hearts. Ryan Burberspin 9. Everybody smash a love heart in there for Ryan. Thank you so much, Ryan. You bloody hero. Really appreciate the support, man. Ryan Burstman 9, everyone. Matt Rush says, transfer update, pig. Let's have a look, bloody hell. It's all kicking off. Matt Rush, he sent me something over here. Told you it's bollocks. Here we go. Yeah, United haven't made any offers for Ousmane Dembele. Fabrizio Romano's just tweeted a little while ago and said that, no, there's only no, that's bullshit. we thought as much anyway. Obviously, where our main focus is on Sancho. We wouldn't be going and getting Dembele on the back of that being announced, I don't think. Peter Helmore comments, how much of the last 2 seasons has he played? Not that much. Not that much. I mean, we had a look at his stats the other day, Dembele, and the season before last quite a lot, but not the last season, not that much. Anyway, Viking Red, after 30 years, Tyrone Peterson, Viking Red, everybody do us a massive favour, smash that thumbs up button, leave a cheeky little like on this video if you have not done so already. I am going to leave it there because this was just supposed to be a breaking news little video. I am going to be back in a couple of hours' time for a full-on transfer news show. I've got a feeling there's going to be a lot of transfer news going on between now and then. So come back tonight around about 9:30. 9:30, 10 p.m. latest, really, I'll be getting started somewhere around there. I'm feeling a bit frisky tonight, so it might be a little bit later. Not that, it's just that obviously now it's 7:45. I need to get some grub down me and stuff and chill for a bit. And so probably be 10 o'clock, but maybe 9:30 as usual. We'll just see. But come back later for the transfer update show. My mouth's pasting out as well. My drink's going. My drink's gone. So I'm going to have to do one. But thank you so much, everyone, for getting in here. CCR2971, Voodoo Chili, after 30 years, Scousers stole our title. Andreas Sotaru, AGM95, Ryan Bubbersman 9, Yeah Boy Naughty, Gungshi. Have a great evening, Gungshi. If you're going to sleep now, pal, I hope you have a good rest. And I hope you do have a better night of it, my friend. You absolute legend. Stick a love heart in there for Gungers. Primart, thank you so much for getting in here too, lad. After 30 years, Viking Red, Stephen Ty, Mark Voot, Matt Rush, Ryan Berber, Andreas Sotaru, TJ Vincent, Yaboy Naughty, Zaki Koda Bokus, Primart again, Joseph Berg, Adam Homeyard, Tom Knash, Owen Thompson, and every single one of you legends, Ellie as well, Matt Rush, Tonk Nash, everyone, Gungshi, have a great evening. I'll see you in a bit. Don't go anywhere. Come back on the channel. Well, do go somewhere now, actually. Don't just wait here. But come back later on the channel when we have got a bit more transfer news. I'll be back around about 9:30 to 10 p.m. start. See you then. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the bell icon to be notified when we post and go live too. Come back in a few minutes, have your say on the Sancho situation about this bid. Let me know your thoughts in the not live comments and I'll respond to you there. Take it easy, guys. This is the Pig. I'll see you later. And come on, United, sort your bloody lights out now. Nice one, guys. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. You're a bunch of heroes. Really appreciate every single one of you for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. This is just the Patreon end credits to say thank you to all the legends that support this channel on Patreon, such as Kelly Clough, such as Johnny Mounks, and a bunch of other legends that need to be added to this list very, very soon, which they will be. So thank you to everyone who supports it. And all these names running down the screen right now are people that either support the show on Patreon or who are Tier 2 channel members as well. Tier 2 channel members on YouTube also appear on this list. So massive shout out to all you guys. And there's a few people I need to add. As I say, Kelly Clough, Johnny Mounks, you're going to be added very, very soon indeed. Also, there's a bunch more that need to be added. Who are they? Let me just have a quick look because I want to give you all a shout out, to be fair, because you deserve it, because I've not added to your list yet. So I'm going to give you a verbal shout out. Let's have a look. Sorry, this is a nightmare, isn't it? I've had a melt. Michael Collins, Simon Cowie, Joseph Misco, Gaz Newton, Ollie In, Disco Dave, and Nicholas Critchlow. You'll all be added soon. Have a great evening, guys. I'll see you later on for some more transfer news. Come back and have your say. Smash a thumbs up on it, lads and lasses. And come on, United, sort your bloody pig yourselves out now, you bunch of potato melts.